Story that they know, a legend they know to be true. Up in the Hebrides off the coast of Scotland, up in the fishing villages of Donegal, down in Connemara and West Kerry, even over in America, the fishing villages on the coasts of Maine, they say that in every village there is at least one family that is descended from the seal people. They say also that if one of these people should ever go back to the sea, should ever touch the seawater again, they immediately revert to being seals again. And they lose their ability to ever regain human form. Our story concerns a man. He was a fisherman on the coast of Maine named Peter Kagan. He fished a small boat, they call it there a dory. And most of the time he fished on the fishing ledges, which are about 20 miles off. Peter was married to one of the seal people. She knew what was happening to her husband, no matter how far off he may be. One time he was trapped by a storm, and she knew that he was in great danger of being drowned. And she had to make the choice whether to stay on the land and remain a human being and let her husband die at sea, or to go back to sea and try and save him. The story is called Peter Kagan and the Wind.
Kagan was a lonely man in the summer of his years. Then one day he got tired of being lonely and he went away off to the eastward. And when he came again, he had a wife with him. She was strange, you know, but she was kind and people liked her. She was good for Kagan. She kept him company, and winter come to summer and they were happy.
Kagan had a dory then, with a luxel on her mast. He'd go offshore for 3-4 days, setting for the fish. And oh, his wife was sad then. She didn't like to see him go. She'd go down to the sea sometimes, and she'd call to him. Kagan, 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 bring the dory home, wind and sea to follow thee, and all the ledges calling thee.
He said he could hear her calling 20 miles to sea, and when he heard her, he'd come home if he had fish or none. She was a seal, you know. Everyone knew that. Even Kagan, he knew that, but nobody ever said it to him. Then one day in that year's autumn, Kagan said, I've got to go now, go offshore and get some fish. But his wife said, no, please don't go. She started crying. Please don't go. The winds are coming and the snows are coming.
Kagan, 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 don't go out to sea. Stormy winds and snows do come, and oh, but I do fear for thee.
But Kagan wasn't afraid of snow. It was early in the year, so he put up his sails and he went to sea. Kagan sailed in the middle ground. The wind was west all day and going down, and the fish were coming to him. Kagan read the writing on the water and in the sky. He saw the haze up very high above the clouds. He said, that's all right for autumn, only a change of wind. I'm not afraid of wind. But Kagan read it wrong this time. The
wind went away, and then it came back southeast, and the fog came round him.
Kagan said, I've got to go now. I'll find the gong buoy by the sunken ledges, and then I'll know the best way home. So Kagan put up his sail, and he bore away to the nor'ard for the gong.
But oh, the wind was watching. The wind backed around to the eastward and came breezing on against him.
They sailed for a long time. The sail was pulling very hard. Finally, the wind was so strong that the sail tore out. So Kagan took the sail down, and the dory went drifting. He thought he could hear that gong buoy. It wasn't very far away. Kagan, 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 bring the glory home. Wind and sea do follow thee, and all the ledges following thee. The dory went drifting, and by the gong buoy went away. Kagan said, all right then. He put in his oars and he started to row back up for the gong.
But oh, the wind was watching. The wind backed around northeast, making the seas confused. The wind said, listen, I have something to tell you.
Kagan rowing, I don't want to hear it.
The wind humps up then, making the seas short, making it hard for Kagan to row.
Finally, the seas are so steep that Kagan knows he isn't getting anywhere. So he takes in his oars, and again, the dory goes drifting. Kagan said, all right then, now I've got something to show you. He took a slip of wood for a needle, and he waxed up a hand line for a thread, and he sewed the sail up smaller, sewed a reef in it.
The wind said, what you doing?
Kagan said, you keep watching. So Kagan put up a sail, and again he bore away to the nor'ard for the gong.
Oh, the wind was watching. The wind backed around northeast. Kagan can't hold his course now.
Kagan said, all right then. He brought the boat about. Now he's steering eastward.
You're heading out to sea.
I'm not afraid of water. I'll bring this boat about when I can fetch that gong buoy.
I'll bear on you. I'll go east again.
You do that, then I can hold my course.
I'll back on you.
You back too far and you've got to clear. You know that. I can keep ahead of you.
You may be smarter, but I'm stronger. The wind grew bigger then, and the wind blew harder.
Finally, the wind was so strong that the sail said, Kagan, I can't make it. And Kagan said, I know that. Thank you. So Kagan took down the sail. The dory went drifting. Kagan took the sail off the yard. Sail, keep me warm.
The sail can't keep you warm. The wind snatched off north by east. I'll freeze you.
I'm not afraid of cold, but Kagan was afraid. He didn't know what to do.
Oh, the wind. The wind is working now. The wind brings ice and snow. The wind blows long and black.
Kagan said, I'm dying. Sail, keep me warm. And the sail said, I can't do it, Kagan. Kagan dying. And the wind blows. Kagan, 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 turn ye now to me. Turn your back unto the wind and all the weary, windy sea. Kagan, 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 lay down to sleep, for I do come to comfort thee. All and thy dear body keep. So Kagan lay down on the bottom of the boat, and he tried not to be afraid of the dying. dreamed of her then, his wife. And he dreamed she was coming to him. And he heard a long calling down the wind. And he raised himself up, and he saw her. Down the smoking, storming sea she came. Over the rail of the dory she came, laughing to his arms. And all in the night and in the storm they did lie. And the wind went away, and the storm went away. And in the morning they found him asleep, with a sail wrapped around him. And there was a seal lying there with him, curled over him like a blanket. And the snow was upon the seal's back.
Kagan, Kagan,